This is hands down the most brutal body modification I've ever seen. A twisted prison warden came up with this to save on food. He turned hundreds of inmates into a human centipede. Their mouths were stitched directly to each other's backsides. The whole thing was long enough to wrap around a football field. Not only did this save food, it also made managing the prisoners way easier. When they finally got released, there were no lasting effects, just a few scars around their mouths. This was something never seen before in history. To make sure it all went smoothly, the warden even hired a top-notch surgeon. Soon after, he used a tranquilizer gun to knock out all the inmates. With a single command, they were dragged into the operating room. Watching his plan come together, the warden was literally dancing with joy. He couldn't have been happier. As time went on, the surgery moved forward without a hitch. But then something unexpected happened. A few of the inmates had stomach issues. If they were placed in the middle, the ones behind would probably starve to death. To make sure nothing went wrong, the warden killed the sick inmates on the spot. One day, the state governor came for an inspection. The warden proudly showed off his masterpiece, a massive human centipede made of over 100 people. Even the governor was stunned by the terrifying sight. To keep the food flowing, they placed a 400-pound man at the very front. From him it cycled all the way to the last person. As for the taste and texture, let's just say only those who've tried it will understand. But this was only the beginning. The twisted warden had another version in mind. This one was made for death row inmates. First, their arms and legs were chopped off, then they were stitched together. It was even more horrifying than the first one. After seeing it all, the warden expected praise from the governor, but instead the governor called him inhuman. Those words crushed the warden inside. Right then, the surgeon burst into the room, ready to brag about his flawless work, but the warden shot him dead on the spot, then turned the gun on his secretary. Just as he was about to pull the trigger, the governor came back unexpectedly. After thinking it over, he decided the method was actually pretty effective. Hearing that, the warden was overjoyed. He hugged his secretary tight, but in the very next second, he picked up the gun again.